In this demonstration, you'll learn how to add a chart to a page in your DivePort site. Charts let you create dynamic visualizations of your data. For example, let's say you're a beverage distributor and you have a page that compares last year's sales and this year's sales for 4 classes of product: beer, liquor, non-alcoholic beverages, and wine. The sales data is stored in a ProDiver marker file called Sales by Product Class and is delivered to the page through a marker portlet. Now let's say that you want to add a pie chart to the page to show how the sales of each product type compare with the sales of the other product types. We'll add a pie chart to our page using a chart portlet. The chart portlet will draw its data from the same marker file that contains data on sales by product class, but will focus on one part of that data only, the data in the sales year-to-date column. To begin adding the chart portlet to the page, we'll click Edit, click the chevron, and then select Add a Portlet. The Add Portlet gallery opens. Next, we'll find the Data section and select Chart. The Edit Chart Portlet dialog box opens. Now we need to identify the file that contains the data we want to graph. The Project box shows that we're already looking in the correct project, the Beverage Distributor project, and the Look In box shows we're also in the correct project folder, the Portal 2 folder. Below the Look In box is a list of the files in the Portal 2 folder. The data we want to graph is in the file salesbyproductclass.mrk. So we'll click that file name and then click Next. A gallery of chart types appears on the screen. We'll scroll down to the Pies section and select Pie Chart. Next, a list of the columns in our data source appears on the screen. This is where we choose the actual values we want to graph in our pie chart. We want to graph the values in the Sales Year-to-Date column, so we'll click Sales Year-to-Date and then Next. A review of all the choices we made for our chart now appears on the screen, giving us a chance to make changes if we like. Everything looks good here, though, so we'll click OK. The chart portlet appears at the very top of the screen. We'll reposition it by first clicking it and then dragging it to a better location. The graph looks a little bit too big for the space. Let's shrink the size of the graph by dragging diagonally upward on the resizing node in the lower right corner. Now we can save our changes. The pie chart appears below the Sales Year-to-Date heading. In addition, a legend to the right of the chart shows which color represents which class of product. When you move the pointer to a pie slice, a tooltip displays information about that slice. Note that you can change the appearance of the graph in several ways, for example by adding a title or by changing the colors of the pie slices. So that's how you add a chart portlet to a page. You navigate to the page, enter Edit mode and select Add a Portlet, select Chart, specify the file that contains the data you want to graph, select a chart type, select the column or columns that contain the values you want to graph, reposition and if necessary resize the portlet, and save your changes.